Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much more. I'm your host Chris, and today we have a report of two new MCU projects that will be coming to the MCU that I think will make you guys very excited. In fact, we even have an idea about when to expect these projects to release, and they're both going to be MCU special presentations. So today we're going to be talking about the Silver Surfer special presentation and the Mephisto special presentation. The rumors, the updates, all the news coming to you right now. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the other major movie and television news happening daily here on the channel. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at The Culture Chris. Links to both of those are in the description down below. Now, as with all Marvel videos, I love to hear your guys' opinion. So if you could pick one of these projects, Mephisto or Silver Surfer, and have that happen, which one would you pick and why? But sounds like you're not going to have to pick just one. According to a few inside sources, it sounds like they're currently working on developing a Mephisto Halloween special, much like what we just saw with Werewolf by Night. And we're also going to be getting a Silver Surfer special, which will be releasing prior to the 2025 releasing of Fantastic Four. So we have an approximate timeline, and there's a lot of reason why to believe both of these things could be accurate. Let's talk about Mephisto first. For starters, the success of the special Werewolf by Night was very good. This project was very well received. People enjoyed the fact that it was just 1 hour-long episode. It gave us everything we needed. It introduced new characters, hopefully introduced the beginning of this superstitious Midnight Sun side of the MCU. Very exciting, Halloween appropriate, easy peasy. Didn't even get a trailer for this until just before it came out. It was only 2 or 3 weeks, maybe tops, that we got our first trailer, our first look, our first posters for Werewolf by Night. And overall, it was a very good use of the platform Disney Plus, where half of Marvel's projects are currently releasing. Now, with that being said, there was an update that came out this morning saying we should be expecting another Marvel Halloween special. Another special presentation, something similar to the idea of what Werewolf by Night was. This was also confirmed for us by Inside Scooper, and who I believe to be the most accurate of all of those inside sources right now, My Time to Shine Hello on Twitter, who said that we should be expecting another Halloween special from Marvel, and that was all they said, but there was also a GIF, and this GIF was of Borat celebrating. Now, if you've been keeping up to date with the channel or the Marvel news, you know that the actor who plays Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen, is currently heavily in the rumor mill to be playing Mephisto in the MCU. So this character, who we're also hearing will be making their first appearance in the Iron Heart series on Disney Plus, will be shortly introduced to the MCU. And with that came these announcements, or these rumors, these inside scoops, that we should also be expecting a Halloween special for said character. Now, my expectation is that this Halloween special will be the actual origin of Mephisto in the MCU. That was kind of the purpose of this first special. We're hearing that Nova might be a special as well, which would be an origin story. And what we're about to talk about here in a second, with the Silver Surfer also having a special, it would presumably be an origin. So they're using these hour-long, one-time Disney Plus episodes, events known as specials, to introduce characters, to give them a proper backstory, but also to have the ability to allow them to pick up in the MCU right where we currently are, which right now is in the middle of this mayhem and this crazy multiverse-induced massive storyline, where it is very hard to expect any time to introduce these characters who are probably very important moving forward, like Silver Surfer and Mephisto, and even Nova, who is rumored to have his project being a special as well. So it gives us an appropriate amount of time to learn about the backstory of this character, and then to move forward and have them completely pulled into the MCU, and so forward and so onward. I think it is important to note that Iron Heart is currently scheduled to come out fall 2023, which is when the next Halloween special for Disney Plus should be coming out, or for Marvel should be coming out, I mean. And with that, we can kind of try to guess, will we be getting the Mephisto special project before we are getting the Ironheart series. Now, this is important because the importance of Mephisto may or may not be kind of large. It sounds like Ironheart is going to be a battle between machinery and magic, which Mephisto would have a big part of, especially since they're planning on going down the darker, scarier side of the MCU. So would we be introduced to the character prior to him making an appearance in Ironheart after all? These are the questions we don't have answers to just yet, but it's 100% good food for thought. Regardless, Mephisto sounds like he's well on his way, with an actor having been selected, although not officially announced, and now a special presentation, Halloween special release for the character. With all that being said, we also need to talk about the Silver Surfer and how the Silver Surfer is also going to be getting a special presentation and how that's rumored to be coming out also prior to 2025's releasing of the Fantastic Four. Now, this update comes to us from Comic Circus, who recently teased that Marvel Studios is in early development for a special presentation on Disney Plus centered around the Silver Surfer, one of Marvel Comics' biggest villains, who is very, very, very commonly and well known as being the herald for Galactus. Now, according to Comic Book Circus, this is meant to come out prior to the February 14th, 2025 release of the Fantastic Four, and it's going to be released as a special presentation giving us a prequel or a precursor to the Fantastic Four movie. Again, Disney trying to figure out how to utilize their platform, Disney Plus, to the best of its ability without necessarily feeling like they have to give us long seasons with hour-long episodes, 6 hours of content that has a lot of filler and fluff moments. I love the idea of the hour-long special presentations. It's not going to be a big, huge, big budget movie, but it's going to have that MCU quality. It's going to be a 1 hour long presentation. Go, learn, enjoy. Let's add to the culture of the MCU. And then we still have time for excitement for the movies that will be coming out. They're going to be building the hype and the excitement around it. Now, the inclusion of the Silver Surfer definitely makes everybody scratch their head and ask, well, where's Galactus? Because the two also go hand in hand. As much as we know Silver Surfer to be a villain or an anti-hero of the Fantastic Four, he does go hand in hand with the soon approaching behind him Galactus, which a whole new can of worms, and I'm very curious to see how they plan on adding all of that in with Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, Doom's on his way, all these different things that will be happening. I just don't think Galactus would fit into any of those narratives, so perhaps Galactus is going to be a third saga individual. And we're hearing that the third saga might be X-Men related, and Galactus could be the big bad of that. So we're going to have to wait and see for that specifically. But these two reports are very endearing and very exciting. I love the idea of the specials, maybe even more than just the Disney Plus TV shows, because it does cut out a lot of the fluff. It gets to the point. They're giving us origin stories for characters who we're excited for. We had Werewolf by Midnight. Sounds like we're getting Nova. Sounds like we're getting Mephisto. Sounds like we're getting Silver Surfer. So I think that these specials are a very good turn for the Marvel culture. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, thank you to everybody who watched till the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell. Chuck a like on the video. It's free for you and it helps me out a lot. I'll catch you guys all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.